says the 2003 3.0 liter. Tubing the timing belt and a water pump on this Lexus. There's the drain plug right there. I had to take the shield off right there. Don't know if you had to, because you can reach up from above possibly and get to it. Now that you know where it's at, just going to drain it into this nice container right here. Got the shield off here, two 10mm bolts.
I'll get this done and then I'll call and tell her, and after it's all good.
So in these foreign cars, we usually have 10mm, 12mm, and 14mm sockets and wrenches.
Well, for things that are up and down, it's fine. For things that are sideways, we'll see. Now it's just take for the drive? Yeah, take for the drive.
Getting to that bolt there, and I can take this assembly out right here. The 14mm bolts, 12mm bolts. We'll get this all out. Got this upper cover up here. It's just a lot of 10mm bolts. I'll probably show you where they all are once I have it off. It's just a matter of lefty-loosey, righty-tighty really with your 10mm socket. 1/4 inch or 3/8 drive is fine. Lift up this wire by pushing on this tang here. Right there, that tang. Probably a couple more tangs available. Back there, there's one here, and one back there. Can you get that wiring harness off there? Disconnect these ground connections. Go, some more space. And we'll loosen up this 14mm here for the alternator, and then the 12mm there. and get this off, we can get to a 10 millimeter. We'll probably get to it without moving it, but we need to get this off at some point, I'm pretty sure. So let's dig in there. So this is look from below. Your target is to get to the AC alternator, alternator bolt and adjusting screw. Hope you can kind of see it on the video. I know shadows are kind of a problem. And there's a 12 millimeter to get the power strain loosened up right there. If you take the two 10 millimeter bolts off right here, you can get to the flywheel, probably inside there, and somehow wedge a screwdriver in the teeth of the flywheel so you can break loose the crankshaft pulley. I'm using an impact gun all the time, so I don't need to worry about the manual tools too much. And you'll need a gear puller to pull that off, probably. See the two holes in there specifically for pulling this off. .22 millimeter bolt. Usually the pivot bolt's enough. You can pull on this belt and get it to move. It's loose. So you can see the 12 millimeter bolt. Two 12 millimeter bolts down there. One pivot bolt and then one screw that'll tighten and loosen the bolt. Tighten the alternator for you. Kind of a tight fit. Probably use a 1/4 inch ratchet and a 12 millimeter to get that swing bolt. I'll probably use a swivel and a line extension to get the adjuster screw up and down. Okay, I'm using my long 3/8, maybe. It's not really easy, but I'm getting it this way. So if you have a 1/4 inch ratchet and a 12 millimeter, probably can do it this way. Now I get a long extension and a swivel. We'll just keep doing this till we get the belt loose. So here's a look at the puller I used. 13. These are probably 8 by 1.25 bolts, I believe. This tool here, so screw it in there and pull it off. Now it's off. This bolt here actually interlinks into the upper cover, so you got to take that off. So it's just as well to take this whole cover off first. 2 bolts, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter. Of course, that 10 millimeter. And take this cover off, and then the upper cover will come off. So here's the covers off. You can see how they interlink and the bolts where they are. Covers off. Got a couple 12 millimeter bolts to take out and a 12 millimeter nut underneath there, and take this mount out. Alright, we did have to jack up the engine a couple minutes. Did have to jack up the engine a little bit with our jack to get this out of here. And you see that lower bolt just stays in there. Oh, we got it out. It'll make the marks a little more evident. There's a notch there for the timing mark. Looks like it's already in yellow on the gear. It'll be the same for the back. And we'll check out the bottom as well. Just looking at this, it seems to be off by maybe half a tooth. Kind of hard to tell, but looks like it. There's a dot on there, but the notch is up here. We'll be sure to get those lined up before we put the new belt on. So we got our marks pretty much lined up. We're going to take the tensioner out now, and we'll need to collapse this. The 12 millimeter bolts. I took the boot off, but we'll have to compress this in a vise, or if you have a C-clamp, but somebody have to compress this and put a pin in there. Push that down, do it slowly. It's like oil filled, so it's not going to just collapse easy.